Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Halayim La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akim teaching about the mind wild mouth. That's the sincerity and truth. It's the brother Yatazak from GMS Dallas. And I just wanted to lamb back off the brother Manatazakba out in SC. He was doing a live stream. Let me see what's the name of it. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, no thanks, Mr. Devil. You can keep your chip. You know what I'm saying? The RFID microchip, being the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? According to the scriptures. But it was a part of the lesson that inspired me to get into the hour of temptation, being that we're getting closer and closer. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do a little commentary off this certain portion of what the brother was saying, and then I'm gonna get into the lesson that came to my mind off what the brother is saying. So let's get it.
Instructed, don't interfere. Let my son go through his test. There's gonna be certain times you're gonna be tested, and the elder was hitting all around to that, man. There's gonna be certain times where Satan gonna come to you, like the elder Kazak was going to. He said he might have needed advice. He called brothers on the phone, nobody answered, nobody picked up, because the Most High know what He's doing. He gonna test all of us. You're gonna be tested, man.
You hear that? You're gonna be tested. You know, you're gonna have to put up or shut up eventually when it comes to your faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and the events that He got playing out on the earth that we're gonna have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? But the scriptures tell you that these things were written aforetime for our learning. Let me go ahead and get that real quick. Yeah, Romans 15:4. These things were written aforetime for our learning, that what you do is you take from these situations that our forefathers was in, because everything is playing itself out all over again. You know what I'm saying? When you think about the times we're living in now, you think about the times where Esau was about to drop the hammer. You know what I'm saying? Think about Haman and Mordecai and Esther. You know what I'm saying? That can correlate to today because of the spirit that the devil was in, which is the Edomites. You know what I'm saying? And the spirit that Jake was in. You know what I'm saying? In a position where you have to call on the Lord in order to be delivered or be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So you think about the Edomites coming in as the Greeks. When you look at the time of the Maccabees, you know what I'm saying? The Maccabees is a good book to get into right now. You know, with the terror of Esau with his horns out, you get to see how our people, our forefathers, handled these situations through going back into the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother going into how the Lord was tempted. Okay, we're not above our master. It said that we're going to have to deal with the same things the Lord dealt with. When you see how He dealt with him with fasting, prayer, you see, it trickles down us. It trickled down our forefathers, right? This is Romans chapter 15:4. It says, whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. You see? And when you see that the Lord will intervene and do something miraculous, then it's just that much more to build your faith up. You see, if the Lord did it for them because of the faith that they showed, you showing faith, you in danger, you're an Israelite, so the Lord gonna work for you too. You see? And you have to understand that, right? So that's why you go into the scriptures, you see how our forefathers did, and our forefathers, whether it was win, lose, or draw, life, death, whatever it was, that faith remained. And you have understanding of the scriptures that you're going to be rewarded for having that type of faith. So the more you read about these accounts and the more you get into it, the better off you're going to be when that time comes. You see?
It's written. We got to read it. But it said afterward, then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. And they're probably like, good job. You got through it. Okay, yeah, we build you up. Then he was able to eat or whatever. You got to go through your trial. You got to go through your test. If it's written that you make it, you'll make it, man. You'll make it. And it's our flesh get afraid. We get worried about stuff, you know. Man, I wonder how that guillotine gonna feel. Is it gonna hurt? Am I gonna feel it? Is it gonna be quick? You know, we don't know. You might, hey, like I always say, man, you don't know when the spiritual power kick in. The guillotine might be on the way down, and the Most High hit you with the spiritual power, then the guillotine hit your neck and break. And you break out of it and kill everybody. You don't know. You just don't know, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. And you have faith because you understand that the Lord can do that type of thing, man. You understand that the Lord is in complete control. And if he's guiding your steps and all these precepts that go along with our walk, then you can think that way. You know what I'm saying? Even in the Matrix, when Neo was running down the hallway and the agent shot him up, you know what I'm saying? That built his belief up even more. You know what I'm saying? Once he seen that the bullets didn't affect him like that. You see? I had a dream one time, a long time, when I first came into truth, man. I had a dream that I got shot in the stomach because there was a whole lot of melee going on. You know what I'm saying? And my cousin was rushing me to the hospital and shit. And by the time I got to the hospital, it wasn't no hole, it wasn't no blood, it wasn't no nothing. And then I woke up. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord will give you those type of things, man. We got all these accounts of our forefathers. Matter of fact, let me get Sirach chapter 2 real quick. Alright. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 10. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Right? It says, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction. Right? Now, let's back that up. Let's get Hebrews 11. Yeah, let's get Hebrews 11 real quick. Alright, we're going to go down. We're going to get down to the examples, right? Hebrews 11 and 32, it says, and what shall I more say? For the time will fail me to tell of Gideon, and of Barak, and of Samson, and of Jephthah, and of David, and of Samuel, and of the prophets. Right? Who through faith subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouth of lions, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong, waxed valiant in fight, turned to flight the armies of the aliens. Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. So a guillotine ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? A firing squad ain't nothing, man. You see? It said the Lord put the spirit on these people to have the faith to get them through all that. You see? The faith is a gift to get you through that type of tribulation, man. You see? The scriptures, what in Acts say, through much tribulation, we're going to enter into the kingdom. You know? It said, wax valiant and fight. Just like the brother said, the guillotine might break on your neck, and then you knock everybody off. You see? The scriptures talk about one man chasing 1,000. Man, the Spirit of the Lord is bad, man. You see? And when you have an understanding and you know that the Lord, and you believe that the Lord will do that for you, hey, sky's the limit, man.
Right, now this is Zechariah. Listen to this. This is for the 1/3, but we're going to read. We always get on the 2/3, but we're not, well, I can't say that we're not. But let's savor what the Lord said about the 1/3. Zechariah 13 and 8. Mm-hmm. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
That's what I'm saying. The Lord said 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. But he also said 1/3 will be left therein. 1/3 will be left therein. Period, point blank. The Lord said both things, so that means that both things got to happen. You see? And the brother going in on it, it put me in the spirit of the hour of temptation. You see? Because we approaching it.
The 1/3 shall be left therein. What's going to happen to the 1/3? And I will bring the 1/3 through the fire. Not around the fire. Through the fire. Spiritual and maybe literal. Because when the nuclear missiles come, the Lord said the elect going to be saved. In the same hour was there a great earthquake. So the missiles could be coming down. You might see the missiles. We don't know exactly how it's going to be. You know?
God, and that's another thing, man. We don't know exactly how it's going to be. The scriptures tell you what's going to happen, but we got to live through the buildup, man. We got to live through the buildup. I will say, we're not going to know what's going to happen until we get there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the Lord going to give me spiritual power. You know what I'm saying? But I know he going to give men spiritual power. Men that are in this truth. You know what I'm saying? Men that he put the spirit on. He going to put the spirit of power on men. We know this. You see? How do you earn that? By getting into the scriptures and coming out of the world and stop being a whole ass nigga and so on and so forth, man. Getting into righteousness and getting rid of the old man. You see? And all these things are the build up to you getting spiritual power. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just gonna, Lord ain't just gonna give spiritual power to no nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nigga running from the laws, done dropped his blunt and he get the spiritual power. Nah, man, hell nah. Nah, the Lord gonna give the men the spiritual power who been working their way towards it, man. Because why? Man's goings of the Lord. He's put us on the path to get spiritual power if we gonna be those men. And it starts with these scriptures.
So it says, and I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined. How do you refine silver? You melt it. You put it under great intense heat and pressure. Take the impurities out. Reform it. Same with gold. And I will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. You're going to have to call on the Most High. Psalms 91 tell you how it's going to be. People dying all around you. Terrible things happening. The sights of your eyes. You could go days without eating. You could be running. Get away from one thing. Another thing jump out. Then you get a break. Like the brother said, the angels might teleport you and re-teleport you into a bunker was full of food. Then you might be eating the food, enjoying, kick back, might have a little TV to watch. Who knows? Then all this.
Bruh, that's what I'm saying, man. When we was in the wilderness during the time of Moses, man, we didn't know where the food was coming from until it was there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing that said manna gonna fall out the sky. Manna just started falling out the sky. Then it was documented. You know what I'm saying? People want to ask us questions like we done already seen it. Like, nah, we living through this thing just like you.
Sudden, you might have to run and leave it all. Oh man, I was chilling. Now I gotta run and hide. You just never know. You don't know what the Most High gonna throw at you, man. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people. How you gonna know you his people? Because you're gonna call on his name.
That's right.
I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. Now I'm curious about something. Let's see here. I'm gonna look up define refined. I want to see what it says.
Okay, Con, that's the part I wanted to get into. That's what the brother said that sparked me to want to get into this second Maccabees. But I'm gonna get this Revelation 3:10 first. All right. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And that's what the brother's going into. The hour of temptation, man. This mark of the beast, man, is real. Y'all starting to see it's real now. You know? Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man taketh thy crown, man. You see? And if you take that chip, your crown has been taken. You know what I'm saying? You establishing that you want to live in Esau's setup moving forward rather than the Lord's setup. That's what you're saying when you take the chip. That's what you're saying when you say you want to go back to normal. All right? And it's going to get to the point to where the chip is going to be forced. Because, see, this whole vaccine thing right now, man, you know, through the spirit, we think it's a trial run. You know what I'm saying? To see what it's going to be like to move when the chip comes. You see, they always got to test stuff out. But we're going to get to the point to where it's past them testing it out and where they're going to put it in your face. You know what I'm saying? Because all these people that said that the mark of the beast is an embargo and all this other stuff, they going to be faced with this. They're going to be faced with a situation like this right here in Maccabees 7. 2nd Maccabees chapter 7. You know? And I'm, I don't know. I might read the whole thing. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to start at the top. All right, this is 2nd Maccabees chapter 7, verse 1. It says, it came to pass. Now, keep in mind, this is talking about during the time of the Maccabees when they were forcing pork. We've done this lesson before. Instead of them forcing pork, now fast forward, it's the same scenario, but they forcing the microchip. Either take this microchip or die, right? Because, see, during the time of the Maccabees, pork, them forcing pork on us was huge. You know what I'm saying? That was one way for them to say, okay, these are our people. They ain't doing the Sabbath no more. They ain't circumcising their kids. We made them eat pork. They completely gone. You know what I'm saying? Took away our sacrifices. Everything was gone. All right? Fast forward today. Now, they're going to force that microchip to have the same effect that they had as the Greeks back then. You see? Total domination is what they shooting for. It says, and it came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh and were tormented with scourges and whips. And we're going to replace swine to taste swine's flesh, right? Because it was against the law to taste swine's flesh. Just like it's against the law to insert anything into your skin, right? Mark of the beast going to be in your hand or in your forehead, right? It's against the law to put something inside you, right? According to the law in, I want to say that's Deuteronomy 19. But, hey, put it in the comment board, Baba Kasha. All right? It says, but one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers, whether it be eating pork or putting in an imprinted mark inside of you, which is the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, right? According to Revelation 13-16. And we'll get that too, right? It says, then the king, being enraged, commanded pans of cauldrons to be made hot. Now keep in mind, it was a buildup. See, when you read First Maccabees, it starts the story by telling you how they made us eat pork, and you had people that just would bow down and wouldn't fight. They just didn't want no smoke, so it was all good. These are the people that's willing to take the vaccine, right? But then at the same time, while we got people that's taking the vaccine, that want to take the vaccine, don't want to take the vaccines, you got all these opinions going on, right? All these opinions. Same thing back then. You had our people that was going to eat the pork. You had our people during the time, well, with Eleazar, how they was like, man, don't eat the pork, just eat the turkey. We'll just say it's pork. Trying to wiggle their way around it. Then you had these group of individuals right here, with the mother included, that was like, absolutely not. That ain't going to happen. You see? All these different spirits are back today. All right, verse 3, it says, then the king, being enraged, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of the first that spake, of him that spake first, and to cut off the uttermost parts of his body, the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. You see, so it's gonna get to a point. It's gonna get to a point to where it's gonna be forced, right? Whether you by yourself, whether you with your family, whether you with the brothers, it's gonna be forced, and we're gonna have to deal with this, right? But we've been building up for this for years now, right? Verse 5, it says, now when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire, and to be fried in a pan. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus, the Lord God looketh upon us, and in truth hath comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants, right? So they seeing this going on. They brother getting jacked up and maimed and all these different things. But that's what I'm saying. They exhorting one another because they know they finna have to go through it too. But what are they doing? They relying on the scriptures. They relying on their faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. This was written aforetime for our learning, okay? It says the Lord, okay, verse 7. It says, so when the first was dead, after this number, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat, or wilt thou take the chip, before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body? Bro, you just scalped me, bro. And you ain't showing no time. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm going to take the chip with my scalp gone? Nah, man. Nah. This was written aforetime for our learning, man. Watch how our forefathers handled this situation, man, because it's coming upon us, man. It's coming. Verse 8, it says, but he answered in his own language and said, no, la'ah, right? Wherefore he also received the torment in order as the former did. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, I will say, so with his last words, he says, thou like a fury takest us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws, unto everlasting life. Right? He understood it. With his last breath, he told that devil what his reward was going to be for not eating that pork or taking that chip. Okay? Verse 10, it says, after him was the third made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue, and that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully. Right? So he already know what it is. He ain't got no conversation for you. He had his hands out and he had his tongue out because he already seeing how they getting down. Right? And just like the brother Manasseh Zakba was saying, man, is it going to hurt? Is it going to be quick? Hey, it is what it is, man. You see, all we can do is glorify Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in this body the best way we can. You see, they talking about dying manfully. Even the mother was talking about dying manfully, right? It says, it said courageously, these I had from heaven, and for his laws I despise them. And from him I hope to receive them again. Talk about coming back, right? Reincarnation. It says, insomuch that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regarded the pains. You see? And that's the thing, man. Who knows? You might not feel the pain. You know what I'm saying? The Lord might let them completely mangle your body and you don't feel nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't there when Stephen got stoned, but we believed through the Spirit that he didn't feel nothing. He focused on the glory of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. He looked up and he saw the Lord he saw Yahweh Shai on the right-hand side of Yahweh, and he focused on that. You know what I'm saying? And people was hitting him with big-ass rocks, man. I would say when you're getting stoned, that's not a light thing. But whether he felt it or not, you know, who knows? We choose to believe, you know, that he didn't. He may not have. You also got the story about our forefather who they put inside the bull statue and burnt it up, and he didn't feel no pain. So that was written aforetime for our learning, man, to build our faith up, man. And these brothers had to have heard them stories because they are people, right? Let's go. It says, now when this man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner. So when he was ready to die, he said, it is good being put to death by men, to look for hope from God, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection. You see, that's what I'm saying. They was telling them at the end. They were still speaking the truth at the end. You know what I'm saying? Telling them about this future. Nah, bro, you can do this now, but you're going to pay. You see? And I remember when I was younger, man, I always used to wonder the person that's actually about to be killed, how they could still be talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got a gun in your face, you on your knees, you know what I'm saying? But the dude that's about to get killed, he like, man, fuck you, I ain't whatever, nigga, you killed me, do what you got to do. Now I understand. So when he was ready to die, he said, it is good to be put to death by men, to look for the hope from the Most High, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life. Afterward they brought the fifth also and mangled him. Then looked he unto the king and said, thou hast power over men, thou art corruptible. Thou doest what thou wilt, yet think not that our nation is forsaken of the Most High. But abide a while, and behold his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed. Right? Let him know. Yeah, you still a devil. You know what I'm saying? And now I ain't eating that. Now I ain't taking your chip. Yeah, you the devil. You see? The Lord said when you in the gates of the nobles, he gonna put his words in your mouth. These are his words that these men are speaking to this devil, man. The Lord put his words in their mouth and told and they telling him, you gonna pay for this, man. Right? It says, but think not thou that takest in hand and strive against the Most High, that thou shalt escape unpunished. But the mother was marvelous above all, and worthy of honorable memory. For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of 1 day, she bare it with a good courage, because of the hope that she had in the Lord. Yea, she exhorted every one of them in her own language, filled with courageous spirits, and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach, she said unto them, I cannot tell how ye came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath nor life, neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. You see? She done, that's what I'm saying, she done hold it up, you know what I'm saying? She preparing them, she getting herself prepared, right? This is the spirit that we gonna have to be in when that time comes. Because you best believe it's gonna be some shivering bitches that day. You know what I'm saying? All this no cowards, we this, we that, sparring on tape and all at the shooting range and all that shit. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Y'all don't even know what the mark of the beast is. So when it's time to get that motherfucker forced, then what you gonna do? You see? You gonna have to deal with these things. We gonna have to deal with this. It says, but doubtless, the creator of the world, who formed the generations of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again, as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake. You see? You see? That will be rewarded, man. That was written aforetime for our learning, man. You see? You glorify the Lord in this body, he gonna reward you in the next. Period, point blank. That's the deal. That's the deal. And it's a sweet deal. You see? When you die as a man, it's different than dying as a bitch. I'm just going to say it like it is. You either going to die like a man or you're going to die like a bitch. Now, Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech, whilst the youngest was yet alive, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him with oaths that he would make him both a rich and a happy man if he would turn from the laws of his fathers, and that also he would take him from his friend, for his friend, and trust him with his affairs. So here it is. He done killed this dude, whole family and shit, and now he's trying to get him to sell out. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you should have tried to get him to sell out before you killed everybody, because he damn sure ain't finna be with it now. You see? But that's Esau. That's what I'm saying. But that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen, right? If you're in a situation where the chip is being forced, you're gonna see people that's taking that. You're gonna see people taking it. You're gonna see people selling out, man. You see? Because it's gonna be that serious. It's gonna be that crucial. You see? They're gonna have a line of people that they about to kill, and they're gonna have a line of people that they about to chip. All right? It says, but when the young man, oh shoot, hold up. How I go back? Oh, there we go. Salakia. Verse 25, it says, but when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life. He went and got his mama. He went and got the brother's mama. Really? And Esau do that. Esau, go get your mama, bro. This nigga will go get your T. Jones, bro. That's what we call our moms down here. T. Jones, T. Lady. Yeah, it's a South thing. But yeah, they'll go get your moms, man. It says, and when he had exhorted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel her son. But she, bowing herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn, spake in her country language on this manner, O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee suck 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth and all that is therein, and consider that God made them of these, and consider that the Most High made them of things that were not, and so was mankind made likewise. Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren. You see? Accepted it. You see? Accepted the torment, accepted the death, rather than eat pork or take that chip, man. Period, point blank, man. It's going to happen. We're going to have to deal with it. We're going to have to deal with it. That's what I'm saying. And I pray that the zeal I have right now doing this video is increased 100-fold in that day. All right? It says, while she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment, but I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses. And thou, that has been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews, shalt not escape the hands of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. For we suffer because of our sins, and though the living Lord be angry with us a little while for our chastening and correction, yet shall he be at one again with his servants, man. You see? So that's why we can say, to hell with that, to hell with this body, to hell with that chip, to hell with this devil, right? Because the Lord already promised us that whatever happens, he got us. But thou, O godless man, and of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without cause, nor puffed up with uncertain hopes, lifting up thy hand against the service of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. For thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of the Almighty Power, who seeth all things. For our brethren, who now have suffered a short pain, are dead under Yahweh's covenant of the everlasting life. But thou, through the judgment of Yahweh, shalt receive just punishment for thy pride. But I, as my brethren, offer up my body and life for the laws of our fathers, beseeching Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that he will speedily be merciful unto our nation, and that thou, by torments and plagues, mayest confess that he alone is the power, and that in me and my brethren the wrath of the Almighty, which is justly brought upon our nation, may cease. Then the king being in a rage, handed him the worst of all the rest, and took it grievously that he was mocked. So the youngest brother got it the worst. You know what I'm saying? It says, so this man died undefiled and put his whole trust in the Lord. Last of all, after the sons, the mother died. Let this be enough now to have spoken concerning the idolatrous feasts and the extreme tortures. You see? So just like the brother going into, man, we gon' be tested, man. You see? And how you gonna do when you test it, man? We building up to that process now. You see? These 7 brothers, you see? They held fast, just like we read in Revelation 3 and 10. They kept his sayings. They kept his words. You know what I'm saying? Even though they went off in the flesh. But they kept his words. And at the end, they're going to be rewarded for that, man. You see? It's going to go from, here is my beloved son in whom I'm well pleased, speaking of Yahweh Shai, to these are my beloved sons in whom I'm well pleased, speaking on the elect, man, the 144,000. And that's what we shooting to be. You see? So with that, you know, I wanted to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akim teaching about the Mayan Wa'amat. That's in sincerity and truth. Shalom.